Ain't that a scary sound, isn't it? Well, yes, hello, back again with another live stream. Welcome, everybody. We have today a special subject, which is going to be our two reverb plugins, RP-VERB 2 and RevSane. So, but I start with playing Blue 3. Maybe you received the newsletter. We have, of course, a bank expanded with 25 new pad presets. And if you would go to the bank manager, they will appear in banks 02, banks 04, and the pad sounds you can download from the homepage early bird presets. So they will appear, of course, once we update Blue 3, but you already can have these presets available for you. And once you did unzip and copy the presets in this bank folder 02 pads 04, you can go to the bank manager, which is up here. You go to the preset manager and you click order by date, and then the new ones will appear on top of that. And there are totally 25. Of course, this is Pad Navigator, call Navigator. Yeah, there's much things. Let me see. These are the 25. There are many nice ones, but there's one which is a bit eerie, but I like that one, which essentially only uses one oscillator. Let me see where it is. This one, Sunset Wine. Yeah, it should have a name, so I picked Suns. You see, it's only the... Very eerie sound, isn't it? So these sounds you can download from the early bird presets. Let me go to the home page and show you where you can find it. So if you own Blue 3, they will be appearing once we do update, release an update for Blue 3, but you already can download these presets. So if you go to the home page and you go to sound sets, and there's the first step is early bird presets, and then you see we have presets for bit 2, but down here you have Blue 3, and there's you can download the zip file. It does mention how you should copy the presets in which folder on your PC or Mac. And then we also had this preset which is from Blue 3 with the shakuhachi, which we had from the live stream of 18th of December. So 25 new pads, very nice. So that's where you can find them, in the upper section, sound set, early bird presets. Okay, so let's go down, because we want to talk about RevSane and RP-VERB 2 and RevSane, two reverbs which I mentioned on Facebook. They are top-notch in terms of sound. Really high-end reverb. It would cost a lot of money if you would have to purchase this as a hardware, but we added unique features. Like here in the RevSane, we have the Disrupt Sphere, which is very cool to be used for more experimental stuff. But there is more, because also we have a audio follower, input. You can make that the input becomes a modulator. So let me show this with a vocal. Today I picked a vocal from Oh, no, I don't recall the name again. I put the link in the description below, something with the letter A. So it's a link for where you can have a subscription for having vocal pieces. And this is very handy. It will not replace an artist, but for instance, if you are a songwriter and you need to make a demo of your song and you don't have a good voice, you can use that to add a nice audio track. Well, I picked one of their voices, one of an example, so and that is this one. So let me play it.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
Okay.
Tried my best to carry on.
Now I'll go to the mixer. So I have the mixer here, and you see, I moved the wrong one. What we hear is RP-VERB 2. So I want to start with RevSane, so I mute this one. So I can do it here, mute, bypass RP-VERB 2. And we start with RevSane. RevSane has essentially the same basic algorithm. Oh, something is beeping here, but whatever. The same algorithm, and but it has this special feature of the disrupt sphere. So if I put now RevSane on this vocal, let me play it dry. So it's really a simple line.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
So I
fell down, it went wrong.
Okay, so if I play that one, now let's put on RevSane, then with a regular, normal reverb.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down,
this is the red dry.
It went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
Well, what is special on RevSane is that we down here, we have also this audio follower and this disrupt sphere, which can go back tempo-based, and this disrupt sphere can control all the parameters up here. Well, if I put on the audio follower and I select input, I also could have side input if you want to have side input. And then what I said here is to control the disrupt sphere. So the disrupt sphere, and you see the amount is now changing on the input, so on the vocal. And what I did now here, what I did add is the dry wet. So the dry goes more dry, and the moment when the voice is silent, it goes more wet. So you got a kind of jumping in out reverb. So let me play it again with this vocal.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So it makes a very, it depends on your feel for the reverb. Maybe it should.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
Hear
fell
that?
down, it went wrong.
Maybe a bit more pre-delay. So that's the cool thing. The disrupt sphere controls multiple parameters. I only use now the red dry mix. So if you have that in a rhythm, then it starts to sound interesting. What is bleeping here? Something is bleeping, guys. Not sure what it is.
Carry on, I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So I need to adapt. So maybe a basic reverb, and then that it simply has
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
Yeah, and what you also can do then is doing other stuff, which makes it totally weird. So this is a cave sound. I can make a room sound. Pick here more an edge room. Let's see how that sounds with the vocal.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
That's cool.
Fell down, it went wrong.
So let me play it solo. Here it comes.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So the smoothing makes that the response has a more, otherwise if I go down with it,
Tried my best to carry
it's also
on.
possible.
I fell down, it went wrong.
So the audio follower is essentially, yeah, you could do sidechain. Sidechain makes that you don't use the input, but that the side input. Well, I don't have yet a side input selected, but that's already with the vocal itself, you can do some very cool stuff.
Down, it went wrong. Tried my best to carry on. I fell.
So what I also can do is change the reverb length because it controls the disrupt sphere. It could, something is bleeping, but most likely it's my wacky USB port. I'm always battling with the USB port. They're a bit wobbly on the front of my computer. But okay, so what I changed here is reverb room and reverb length. Let's see what happens.
Down, it went wrong.
Oh.
Fell down, it went wrong.
So let's shut down that dry wet. And
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
It's very extreme, but if you use it with wet dry,
it went wrong.
Okay, again.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
Yeah, you can put in the early reflection. So let's see.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
Changes the time of the length.
Fell down, it went wrong.
So yeah, and music can work very nicely. So let's put a bit of music.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
Bypass. Dry.
Fell down, it went wrong.
Okay, here she comes again. She doesn't get
Tried my
tired.
best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So you see, it's a pretty unique feature we have inside RevSane. I think, unlike any other reverb, there are other very good sounding reverbs, but RevSane has far more to offer. A perfect, nice reverb, but also something which thinks out of the box. And as you know, guys, Rob, Papen, and John Iris love to think out of the box and discover new stuff or create new stuff. So that's RevSane with the audio follower connected to the disrupt sphere. Of course, you also can have simply one destination. I think this one is very nice. Or maybe you should store this one. So we have, of course, several banks. So I could save this one, save preset in folder. I would pick down the vocal. Okay. I would say vocal follower. Yes, I would save it as. So I would save this one. It's a very nice one. If you like to have that one, if you have RevSane and do vocals, I can make it in the inside the description box below. So that's cool. RevSane is very affordable. Definitely ridiculous price for such a high quality reverb. Because let me play it on a piano, ivory piano. By the way, maybe you already noticed that I'm using again the Neumann microphone, so you hear far more my mouse moving around. But when I play this Bosendorfer, I will shut down the... I have no idea what is beeping, guys. Okay, yeah, well, it's annoying, but I have no idea where it comes from. Good. So this is the ivory piano. Only my keyboard is not very suitable for playing piano. The feel is not fully setting. But first I will play it dry, and then I will add RevSane to it. So let's open RevSane. Here's RevSane, and I will play it on the piano. So with a jazzy note, now with RevSane, and I could simply pick one of the first presets and play the piano again. I will mute my microphone because it picks up too much. Of course, it's a very long reverb. I'll make it we have the introduction bang, but we have then for instruments, acoustic guitar. This could also be a nice one for piano. So let me give it a try. Yeah, can you hear that? It's very, very warm sounding. It embraces the sound. So if you would use RevSane or RP-VERB2 in your mix, it doesn't clutter your mix. It really adds a acoustic dimension to it without disturbing. It's even the fact that once we released the RP-VERB1, one guy did resell it because he could not hear it. He was so addicted to the bad sounding reverbs that he would like to resell it. He did not hear the reverb, he said. So yeah, each its own taste. I think I'm used to mix on these in the older studios with SSL and expensive outdoor reverbs, and they were my reference. Okay. So on piano, you hear my clacking of the keyboard. That was a little bit of my own music. Try Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a good one. Well, I'm very bad in reading notes, so that would take ages for me to study. And I can play a bit, but I'm not a exceptional good piano player. So RevSane, guys, it also has distortion. So if you like some distortion, sometimes on percussion and drums, this works great from giving this room an edgy sound. So RevSane, good for instruments, as you can hear, on a piano. So let's mute it. So I mute it now, and let's go to, for instance, a snare. So let's close the piano. And here we have a snare. Okay, lady, shut down. So here's a snare. Simple snare, basic snare. Okay, let's put that one. Oh, I first need to select it. So you go to the reverb. Okay, go to the reverbs. And I pick RevSane. So let's pick RevSane. You open RevSane. And then you see we have different banks. So here we also have drum and percussion. So these are all, let's see for snare. Hip-hop snare. Well, let's shut down the bass. Bypass. That's a long cave. Wow, the disrupts here going wide. Distortion. Make it dry. So this sounds more like a bathroom. Really box. Let's see. Oh, this is dry, the snare dry, and this is really with the distortion and also here I can use the input to control the disrupt sphere and then do some weird stuff. Controlling the room size. Bypass. So this is really the trick I want to give you. If you have RevSane, put it on drums or your vocals and use the audio follower. So that made me today think from, okay, well, let me tell this story, because this audio follower is overlooked by many. And it's most likely not by the creative ones, because they may have discovered it as a very creative tool. So you see, you can change all kind of. On late reflection, we can put it on. Direct. Thing. This is a late reflection from a wall, very far distant. Tempo sync. And you can hear the distortion. So these are all kind of lazy mover. Oh, that one moves very lazy. Oh, it needs to have the start. It needs to have the play start. Hear that? So this for RevSane. Don't be shocked if you see the price of RevSane. A very affordable price. And if you're looking for a reverb which has superb audio quality, but also new ideas. Definitely RevSane is a super machine. The other one we have is RP-VERB 2, version 2, which has a bit more different layout and again different features. So let me bypass this one. And so we have punch used for the drums. So we go back again to the vocal. So
to carry on, I fell down, it went wrong.
nice.
Fell down, it went wrong.
Very nice preset, I like it. F3, mixer, F3, where is it?
My best to carry on, I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went
Bypass.
wrong.
Come on, baby.
Tried my
Dry.
best to carry
And you see in the
on,
background
I
this little
fell
sphere.
down, it went wrong.
It shows that it is modulated.
Fell down,
Bypass.
it went wrong. Tried my best to carry on, I fell down, it went wrong.
So here in this preset, vocal follower 01, the input, so the vocal singing itself has some smoothing and the destination disrupt sphere. And that one controls the verb room, the early reflections, also yes, direct, and the red dry. So I will make this preset maybe in the info section and then you can throw it in the bank called 02 vocal 1 and you have then a very good example for RevSane. So the other one is RP-VERB 2, which was earlier. Now RP-VERB 2 has some other cool stuff. So here in RP-VERB 2, you also have an audio follower, which is down here. You have an envelope you can trigger, LFO modulation. The audio follower has some other functions. It has not the smoothing, but an attack, hold, and release control. So it's a bit different, but you can do the same stuff. But I want to focus with RP-VERB 2 on the other cool stuff, which is the reverser. Here it is, that one. And the cool thing is you can mix between the reverb and the sound which is reversed. What is reversed? Well, essentially it records the reverb and reversed it. So it's, you need to hear it. So let us put it on this vocal.
Fell down, it went wrong.
It's a very long one, so make it a bit shorter.
Tried my best to carry on.
Now here's the reverse. I can put it on here, and then you see you have a trigger level on which level it starts to record, and then you have a hold time, a reverse time. You have an additional attack and decay control. So this means really tweaking. This is advanced stuff. There's no way we can make it easier, but if you tweak it around, very often you get, even without knowing what you're doing, you get a great sound. So I put it on now.
Fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So this is the reverse sound, only reverse.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
And this is the mix between the reverb and.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong.
And of course, if you think that reversing is annoying, you also can automate this. So to keep this one
Fell down, it went wrong.
only on reverb, for instance, and then if it goes another time, you open this one.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down, it went wrong. Fell down, it went wrong.
So now you only have reverb. So that's the mixing one. The mixing one between the reverb sound and the reverse sound. This is very special, and the reverser, so I have a trigger lever. When he starts to record, you can give it an offset in recording, and then you have a hold time in recording and a reverse time. In some cases, you cannot go lower because then the hold time and reverse time needs to be the same. You see, it moves also a little bit. What we did afterwards made also RP reverse, and we made also a single audio plugin with this feature. So this took a while to make it useful. It takes time to get into it, but yeah, give it time for yourself and you will discover some very cool stuff. So RP-VERB 2, by the way, comes with RP delay. This very sophisticated RP delay. So once you purchase RP-VERB 2, you also get RP delay. It installs in one go. So inside RP-VERB 2, we also have the early reflection, but also ensemble, which is essentially a super chorus, which is nice if you put that one on a vocal. So let's put it on.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down.
So if I can also bypass the reverb, so and the reverse, okay. Now you only hear the ensemble.
Wrong. Fell down. It went wrong.
You can also send this ensemble into the reverb, then it goes into the reverb. Now you don't hear anything because it's in the reverb. So let's put on the reverb.
Tried my best to carry on. I fell down. It went wrong.
Well, it additionally offers also distortion, which different types of distortion, fold over, first power, so also distortion is inside of it, and even EQ you can have. Post-audio or this pre-audio. So if you click this one, you have post-audio EQ settings. Then we have delayed reflection. You might have seen that one also already with RevSane. Yes, and then down here we have the audio follower, the envelope, LFO mod. Well, the envelope follower you can set on different parameters. So here you have the different parameters. But I must say, with RevSane, it works a little bit more intuitive, as they call it in English. So here things are possible, but you don't have the disrupt sphere, which controls multiple parameters. So the reverse, that one is very cool. Yeah, so it's not a beginner's reverb, but again, great presets are on board with RP-VERB 2. And the advantage, RP-VERB 2 is more expensive, but you also get then RP delay in the package. So let's put RP-VERB 2, bypass it now, on drums. By the way, I'm using again the Neumann because somebody was complaining about the bad voice of my bad microphone sound. So I picked again the the Neumann. So the mouse you hear again. So I wanted to try the SM57 a dynamic microphone, but I was lack in time for connecting another microphone to try out. But let's do it this way, not a problem. But of course, when I play the keyboard, I need to mute my microphone. So this is the snare again. So this one, okay, let's go to the mixer. And then we pick also reverb, RP-VERB 2. You open it and you see here also we have different banks, drums and percussion, insert, which is for an insert setup. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Hip snare. Dus these are snare sounds. Also here you can put in distortion. And put the reverser on. Let's see. now it's cool. You see this mix? N stands for neutral and R stands for reversed. This attack and decay is for additional to avoid clicks. Sometimes when you reverse, you get some clicks. So this is the snare, and this is with RP-VERB 2. And it can be very cool if it's rhythmically very cool. So if I put on the other drums, so here using this one, once reverse, you can say, I only want to have the reverb. And now combined with the reverser. Cool, isn't it? Bypass. So we take another snare. So just let's see how it sounds on a different snare. Pick another snare. Okay, I want to have a high one. Nah. This is a modern one. Okay. Let's shut down this clave. Where is this clave? Okay, mute it. Okay, that's better. So let's go back to the snare in the mixer and with RP-VERB 2. Bypass off. Using distortion, you see, gets a lot of high end. Without distortion. And this is... So let's take another one. Well, this one uses the input. It changes the size, the reverb length. So... makes it more sounding more natural. So bypass. So you see the input here, audio follower. It has a tempo-based envelope and it's connected to the reverb length. I can put in also the reverser. Let's see what that one does. Can make it even smaller. So this is only the reverb, and I open it, the reverse one comes in. So it's really fully creative on RP-VERB 2. Of course, the quality of the reverb of RP-VERB 2 and RevSane are equal. Okay, guys, I was very busy. Hopefully, you can follow me. I need to check the chat room. Let's see. If there is any question. Ah, yeah, I demoed, I sent you, Rob, reversed reverb. Cool, cool. Yeah, one thing which I crossed my mind, because RP-VERB 2 is really an advanced reverb, is maybe to make this dial here a little bit bigger, to make it stand out in the usability of it. But that's maybe for an update. And but it's very high quality, and some of our customers are still also using RP-VERB 1, the first one. A friend of mine is a arranger, professional arranger. He very often uses still RP-VERB 1, which has essentially the same algorithm, and he still keeps on praising it for its sound, because reverb is a very delicate algorithm. If it's not well done, it only breaks down the sound. Yeah, side chaining, sure, sure. Yeah, you can select side input. That's side chaining, sure. That's for RP-VERB 2, and as well for the RevSane. RevSane. So RevSane also has the side input even more. You even can have the reverb output as a source, so it even has more options. So in terms of concept, RevSane and RP-VERB 2 both are a little bit different. RP-VERB 2 is more complex because of the reverser, but also has ensemble, more algorithms for distortion, and of course this reverser stuff. And RevSane is then having the special thing with the disrupt sphere. Okay, guys. Okay. So I'm reading the chat room, therefore I'm silent. So I need to check with the microphone. The microphone on my chest was too bad in quality. I have some complaints about it. So I'm back on the Neumann. And by the way, a personal tip, if you have in your studio old synthesizers, even old hardware synthesizers, even modern hardware synthesizers, it's very important that you control the humidity, because if the humidity is too high, they start to rust. On the print on the boards, it needs to be really very important to keep them in good shape. And also, what I also do regular, even if I don't play them, I regular put them on. So if you see in the background, there's the MiniMoog. You don't hear it, but today I gave it another try, played a few notes on it, and so let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you, so that, not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you see the light is on. Oh, you don't see that. So it has this little power light. Here it is. I don't think that I can play it for you, or should it be able to? Let me see. Okay, I need to root that one. 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, here it is. That's the MiniMoog. So I regularly advise you to put it on, because then the components can still warm up. And so if you have an old machine, it's wise to do it. Even if you don't play it, let it run. So, and by the way, what I could do now is put on the MiniMoog on the input, because I have the vocal input. So let me see. That's a good one. I could try that. So go to the mixer of Cubase. Where is my voiceover? Oh, here's my voiceover. You see, I use a EQ and a dynamic control. If I pick here reverb, I can pick RevSane, and you can hear this on my voice. Sounds like I'm in a big building. A bit less, but I could play then also the MiniMoog. Let me play it. So, also on your hardware, RevSane sounds amazing. So this is dry. And now I put RevSane on it. Ain't that cool? So, also on hardware, our reverb sounds amazing. Okay, yes, guys. We are about at the end of the live stream, so I hope you enjoyed my whole session about RevSane, the cool audio follower, and yeah, the reverser in RP-VERB 2. Yeah, I have an old Novation Supernova somebody mentioned, and some of the pots have gone. Yeah, it could be good humidity. If the humidity is too high, it starts. And what also is very wise is to turn the dust so now and then that's a thing to do. But let them run, even if you don't play them. Let them run. For instance, once a 2 weeks or once a month. That's really good. It's the same what they say with a car. If you don't drive it, finally it will get defect. Okay, guys. I think we had it. So about my own shameless music promotion, I can tell you guys that now on Spotify, The Chase is appearing. The Chase is one track on the album Awaiting. And you see here, I made a picture of a modeler and throw in a guy who fights this modeler. Well, there's no modeler used in this music piece. But if you are on YouTube Music, if you have a subscription to YouTube, you have also YouTube Music. Then you can check out The Chase there. It's on Spotify, it's on Deezer, whatever, Apple Music. Maybe I should play it, and then we go out for today. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I will play it. It's called The Chase. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's classic synthesizer music, the music I love to create. So most of the tracks are now on also these channels. Only the Space Float Journey, that's a longer track, I still need to upload. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy creating music and see you next time. Bye-bye.